Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome back to the show that's cool and fly to A1 Forever Sports. I am Chris Tip Moore. And be generational because it's always time to be. And don't you dare settle for less because you always can have more with the vision. And with that in mind, what we have in our sights right now is talking about the Atlanta Hawks, of course, as they play the Chicago Bulls tonight. And I had to bring in some heavy hitters, man, to talk about our Atlanta team. And of course, we got We Hawks TV, Damon in here. We also got Bryce Lewis in here, man. You already know. Also, we have some more guests coming in, just waiting for them to catch up and get back into it. But outside of that, man, how you fellas doing, man? How y'all feeling about these Atlanta Hawks tonight taking on the Chicago Bulls?
You want to go first, Bryce?
Yeah, I can go first, man. Yeah, listen. I really don't know how to feel. I feel good in terms of just this isn't like a world beater team playing tonight, but you never know what's gonna happen. In Whitney City, uh, we've done this before. Best playing team in franchise in the entire NBA.
Hey, man.
So
man.
if we keep that up, we should be in good shape moving forward, man. But overall, man, I'm feeling good. Hopefully, I'll be feeling better at the end of the night.
Indeed.
Hey, I'm feeling the same way Bryce is, man. I'm feeling the same way Bryce is. I'm feeling confident tonight, man. This is a team we can beat. We can beat this team. So, I think that's what's going to happen tonight. That we're going to go in there. We're going to handle our business.
Indeed. I indeed feel confident as well. And there's a few reasons why, and I'm going to get into it. But, the Bulls and the Hawks, they meet for the final time, regardless of the outcome tonight. They meet. And Chicago is, I believe, 2-1 against the Hawks this season. Of course, we know guys like Vic Krejci, he will not be able to play. He's ineligible. And don't know how everyone feels about that. I feel like it sucks. And we definitely need him on both ends of the floor. That's just one thing about it. And Double O, Jalen Johnson, Sadiq Bey, of course, all out of this game. And of course, on the Bulls side, Drummond most likely not going to play. I know he twisted his ankle or something like that, had to be helped off the floor. But Ayo DeSumo, that guy right there, if I know he has a quad injury, and I would love it if he didn't play tonight. Why? Because he's a part of a defensive coalition with Caruso and Javon Carter, Kobe White, those guys right there. They put pressure on the point guards. So if he's out, I like the Hawks' chances even more. Andre Drummond averaged 7 offensive rebounds against Atlanta. That's crazy numbers. But I know he's a good offensive rebounder anyway. But the average 7 against Atlanta is just absolutely crazy. And we already know it's about matchups, fellas. And Chicago has been a thorn in Atlanta's side, 5-4 since 2022. Hawks are still up, but still been going back and forth, kind of seesawish. And of course, we already know that the Hawks rate 27 against the defensive rating 27, and the Bulls are 22. Overall, though, I believe it's going to come down to matchups, and it's going to also come down to our point guard, Trae Young, guys. Like, he's coming back, but we need to play off Trae, I believe, more than ever at this point in time right now, as he has not shot the ball the best against Chicago, but you got to credit the defense to Chicago, I believe, as well.
Yeah,
what you guys feel?
I definitely agree with that. Chicago, we know what they bring to the table. They try to be a defensive first team. But obviously their offense sometimes isn't the best unless the biggest piece of offense is DeMar DeRozan. So that's obviously the big challenge tonight. And like you said, matchups. DeAndre Hunter probably, you would assume, will be guarding him tonight. It's going to be interesting. Probably Wesley Matthews as well, since he's probably our second best wing defender right now with the injuries that we have. So they're definitely going to have to, come out there and really, grind against them. And obviously foul trouble. Hopefully no foul trouble tonight because, like I said, we're pretty weak at that spot, especially that 3 spot. So, I think, we got to make sure we play smart basketball and, we're able to do what we can. And overall, outside of that, like you said, Trae Young got to do what he got to do. DeJounte got to do what he got to do. They've both shown up in big moments before. So do that tonight, and you'll be able to get, like I said, a good win against Chicago and keep your season alive.
Indeed. Coming to the stage, we have straight out the bird cage, Ryan the historian, coming in talking some Atlanta Hawks with us. Thank you for coming on, Ryan, man. How you feeling about these Hawks tonight? And want to get your thoughts real quick, just because we talked about it already. Just how you feel about tonight. You feeling confident? You worried? You scared? I mean, what's going on, man? Let me know.
First off, it ain't never no fear over here. I'm letting you
Hey,
know
there
that now.
he is.
So what's going on, fellas? But for me, it's like, all right, we already got one victory earlier with the Braves. Let's go ahead and let's do this with the Hawks tonight. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how you get here, you're here. That's all that matters. Now, it's just like the NCAA tournaments, they would say. Once you're in, it anything could happen. You never know. So at this point, DeJounte and Trae have to figure out a way how to mesh tonight. Um,
Mm,
Quinn has to stop. Quinn has to stop pulling the Brian Snicker. If somebody is hot, let them keep going. Let them keep rolling with it. You cannot do what Snit does. Snit does that with the pitching all the time. He'll take
mhm.
the ball out of somebody's hand when they're hot, but when they're supposed to get pulled, he'll let them stay. Which you've got to do better about. Um, we got to see a little bit more of Vic Krejci tonight. Got to see him doing a little bit more
Can't
tonight.
see him. Can't see
Oh,
him.
that's right. That's right. They didn't sign him. I'm sorry. They signed Trent Forrest, right?
Yeah, yeah. They signed Trent Forrest. Somebody told me that Demond told him to sign him.
Sign
No,
who?
Demont. I'm gonna tell you this here. I can tell you full of it because Demont. I got to stick up for my man Demont. I was on the show when Demond was sitting here going in. That's Matt that said that Landry
Nah,
Fields got
I
out.
just had to mess with Demond.
Yeah, I know.
I remember that
He's
show.
clowning
I
right
was
now.
in
He
the
just clowning
comments.
right now. He
Hey,
clowning.
listen, Landry
This is
Fields
what
got
I want no Trent Forrest.
like you signed Trent Forrest, dog. The man has been straight cheeks. I'm keeping it PG on your show because it's a
Uh,
lot more than I would love to say. But
hey
the man
man,
has been
you gotta speak
cheeks.
your mind out here.
Let's just put it this way, man. That man has been cheeks with hot oil getting slapped with a leather whip. Been getting his
Lord have
ass
mercy.
tapped, literally. But I'm just keeping it a buck though. Really tonight, it's gotta be more than just Trae and DeJounte. That bench has got to come through. Bogey's got to be consistent tonight. And we've got to play defense like we've been playing when Trae was down. That's how they got to play defense. Period. Because at the end of the day, we've got to win. No doubt
Yeah,
about it. We've got to win because if we don't, we home. You see, Golden
yeah.
State got sent home.
Oh yeah, it's time. Hey man, you gotta come through or you're through. That's all it is to it. At this point, you gotta come through or you're through, man. As far as like we was talking about matchups as well before you came in, Ryan, and on the defensive side, I was saying about how Trey has had his struggles, saying with that defensive coalition that they got of Caruso and Javon Carter and but the Sumu, he may be out and he's a defensive minded guard, and I believe that may favor the Hawks if he's not playing because we need playoff Trey. We need Trey to be who we normally see him to be, the highlight reel guy, the guy that makes the right passes and everything. We don't necessarily need hero ball, so that's why it can't come down to Trey and DeJounte. Because I mean, Trey, he's shooting 21% from three against the Bulls, and that's got to go up tremendously. That's go up tremendously. It's win or go home. It's gut check time. It's time to see what you got. And the Hawks, I mean, for what it's worth, they are undefeated in the play-in, and we got to keep that continuing, y'all. We got to keep that continuing.
Facts, man. Facts. And we gonna do that tonight. We're gonna do that tonight, man. Let me tell y'all something, man. If I'm
Go
sitting
ahead,
in that
speak to
locker
'em.
room right now, if I'm in that locker room right now, right, and I'm Trey, I'm DeJounte, they need to be looking at each other because this could be the last time they play ball together. Okay.
Hey,
This
very
could be the last
realistic.
time that you see this backcourt. And watching Trey's podcast with DeJounte, it seems like they're really good friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I
Mm-hmm.
mean, that gotta hold something. You gotta look at your partner and be like, hey, bro, we gotta go out guns blazing tonight. Okay. Now let me say something about the Bulls. Um Caruso. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they're good defensive. They got some good defensive guards. Okay, I'm not gonna sit here in front, right? But
Right.
I like when Caruso's on the court because guess what? Caruso don't look to score the ball.
At all.
So that's somebody you could put Trey on, and you ain't got to worry about Trey chasing AO because or Kobe White, because Kobe White, y'all know he's in the running for most improved player of the year.
Very deservedly.
So it's not like this not the old Kobe White who go out there, play 30 minutes and give you 6 points. Like last time we played him, he was aggressive.
I missed that Kobe.
Hey, so I mean, I think Quinn Snyder, an advantage we have right now, and I've said this plenty of times, with the injury to Trae, with the injury to Jalen Johnson, with the injury when Hunter went out, you get a lot of our guys who normally wouldn't get a lot of minutes. They got some experience now. So, in my opinion, Quinn can go. He can go different. What he could. I know when it's playoff time, that rotation gets short. I understand that, but you got tools you can use now. You got Garrison Matthews. You got I'm looking at Mo G now since you don't have Jalen Johnson and you didn't keep Vic Krejci. So just Mo G being 6'10" gives you somebody you can use on the defensive end. So I mean, I think we could. And last thing I'll say is, I went back and looked at the stats. Chicago, even though Drummond had a big game, still was +9 on the boards last game. We was +6 on the offensive glass, if I'm not mistaken. So I mean, and we did that by group rebounding.
Indeed.
So I mean, I'm not and I know I sound cocky, but I'm not concerned about going in Chicago and playing these guys. This ain't Michael Jordan and the Bulls, man.
Oh,
this
not
is DeRozan. It's DeRozan. He can have his. He can have it. Let's maintain. Let's control Vucevic. Let's contain Kobe White. Let's contain if AO playing, you got to contain him. Let's control them because, and I'm gonna shut up after this. With Hunter on DeRozan, right? Now, if you've been watching these games, Hunter gets in foul trouble, but a lot of those fouls is bullshit.
Yeah. DeRozan.
And it's because he's guarding good players who get whistles.
Right.
So Quinn got to be careful about that tonight. And that's why I like what Bryce said. That's where your boy Wesley Matthews come in at. You saw when we played the Celtics, what he was doing. He was harassing Tatum.
Yes, he was.
He had Tatum complaining to the referees. So, like I say, Quinn got a lot of ways to play this, man. But I'm telling you, guys, I feel confident tonight, man. I feel confident.
Yes, I feel confident as well, man. We know DeRozan gonna get those whistles. He get more whistles than long legs on a hot summer day. So it's just gonna happen. It's just gonna happen for him, dog. I mean, I'm just saying, look at his career. This guy, it's the truth, man. So he's gonna get that. He's gonna get his, just like Damon said. But we have to contain the others. And the thing about about Krejci, not Krejci, about Vucevic, about him playing, I feel like that pick and roll is gonna be there all game long, and you got to take advantage of it. You got to take advantage of. They're gonna hunt for Trae, DeJounte, DeAndre, I'm saying, Bogey. Those, we have shooters. We don't have the height like that, because between 6'5", 6'4", 6'5", and let's say 6'9", outside of Capella, man, we only got like DeAndre Hunter. So to Damon's point, even though he's raw, you probably gonna have to play some Mo Gay. You know what I'm saying? So you probably gonna have to, because we're short. And we need to take advantage of as many advantages we have against Chicago, no matter who's out there. If Drummond is not out there, that's big, because they're going to have to go smaller. And again, that's why I go back to that pick and roll that can be there for Atlanta, rolling with Capella. I really wish we had Jalen Johnson, because I feel like that's another reason why the Pacers went scorched earth on us as well, because of the matchup. Bruno couldn't do nothing with Miles Turner. We already knew that. And we know we should see some Bruno tonight as well. I love that energy and that effort. We're coming in, not the strongest right now, but we definitely can make some moves. We definitely can come into Chicago and pretty much get our second win on these guys for the season and put them on out in their season. They're going to be trying to figure out what's next for them, as we're going on to have to play whoever wins between the first game. as well, man. And it also leads into something else too. I heard you guys earlier, Damon, on your show, and I actually want to bring that conversation to this platform as well. And I want to get you guys, like, as far as rotations for Quinn Snyder tonight. What guys do you think is going to go with it? And then Bryce, I'm gonna start with you, and we're gonna swing around.
I mean, I feel like in terms of just like starting lineup, which you saw in the regular season was probably what he's gonna go with. Just because again, with Vic not playing and Jalen out, he probably feels like, well, might as well just, pull all my cards on the table, especially like I said in the playoffs where you play starters a lot of minutes too. They're gonna get the bulk of the minutes anyway. But in terms of the bench, I mean, I feel like, obviously, Bruno, Moge definitely has to play. I feel like, I mean, he's in an interesting situation because we were already seeing the flashes and why I've said that I think he has the most potential out of every rookie we drafted this past year because he really can do it on both ends. And so, he's going to have to play some big minutes for us and he's going to have to trust them to play some big minutes for him because it's not like he has other depth that he can rely on. I mean, obviously, you're going to play DeAndre a lot, but you don't want to play him like 40, like 3+ minutes and things like that because you got to also think about in foul trouble issues and things like that. And then obviously Garrison, for shooting. And then and then after that, it's kind of like you would assume Wesley would be the next guy just in terms of just because of that defensive matchup. Like I said, guarding DeMar. So that would probably be where you go with that for the most part. And that probably be your 9. I could see him going 9 tonight. I would not be shocked if he went 8, but I could definitely see him going 9 tonight for sure. If he went 10, then obviously that probably be like maybe just some small Kobe Buffkin minutes, or maybe he may surprise, especially like I said, if Hunter gets into foul trouble and he doesn't want to put too much on Wesley. You might even see AJ Griffin tonight in some capacity. So he has options because even before the injuries, I said I feel like with what we've seen, he can go deeper into his bench if he needs to. He doesn't have to shorten his rotation because it's not like you don't got guys who have shown they can play. So, but it just depends on the matchup and who you're playing. Like I said, tonight, the strength of their offense is pretty much DeMar. You get, like I said, you got DeAndre, you got Wesley, you get them out there. And then, you just kind of go from there. And luckily tonight, too, last time we played the Bulls, Clint Capella was pretty much, I would say he dominated the matchup against Vic. Vic struggled. Right. And Clint had a really good game that game. So if Clint, I know some people don't want to, trust Clint, but Clint gets you double, 10, 15 rebounds, like 4 or 5, 6 offensive rebounds, pretty solid.
Yeah, I mean, hey, Clint's been getting those double-doubles lately. I got to give it to him. I know we cuss him out, and boy, rightfully so sometimes, because most times, my goodness, because sometimes Clint just be killing me. But again, he's serviceable, man, and he has been doing his thing lately. So I will give him his credit. I will give him his credit on that, man. Hey, man, the Hawks got to take advantage of that 3-point situation too. But before we even get into that, I want to get to Damon, and I want to know who he feels like is going to be in the rotation, especially after he has some time to think about it and we get closer to the game.
I agree with Bryce. I mean, you're gonna see the same starting lineup. Obviously, I mean, if JJ was here, he would have been starting. If Vic was here, he would have been starting, but they're not. So you're running, like you said, Trae, Murray, Bogey, Hunter, Clint. Would like to see. My issue is not an issue, but what I'm looking for is who are the first substitutions at that 6:37-minute mark? Because he always subs out Trae and Jalen usually come out at that first quarter. What I want to see is, with this being a win-or-go-home situation, does he change his rotation depending on how the flow of the game is going? Okay, say we come out hot, Trae and Murray, Diamond, scoring. Does he still make any substitutions at that 6:37-minute mark, or does he say, you know what, let me ride these guys? Because he also thinking on the backside is, if we win, we got to play Friday. So I mean, That's what come in about, the minutes. Is he gonna run our starters all over? Is he gonna run them all 30 plus minutes tonight to try to win the game? Or is he gonna coach going on the flow? I think Bruno gonna be a big player tonight, especially without a Drummond. Why do I say that? Because who was they backup big after Drummond? Who's the backup after the backup? So I expect to see some type of. I wouldn't be surprised to see a double effort from a Bruno, because what I started to notice now, he could have just been doing it because it was the end of the season. Bruno started to get a little bit more minutes now. You know what I'm saying? Why? Let's be honest. You can have him on the floor in the fourth quarter because he can shoot free throws.
Yeah, you can. You can definitely do that.
He's a defender, unlike Clint Capella when it comes to free throw. He a liability on the offensive side of the ball.
Right. He'll flip of a coin at that free throw line.
Yeah, that's I call him Mr. 1 for 2, man. 1 for 2.
Don't let Foot hear you saying that.
Well, Foot already know I've been trying to get rid of Clint for 2. Foot already know I've been trying to get rid of Clint for 2 years, man. Clint to me has, and I would give him a little bit of credit, not credit, but I'm gonna give him a little bit of leeway. He has been playing hurt this year. You can tell by that, like, he has no lift.
Yeah, right? I've been saying that too.
What John say? You can slide. You can't even slide a $1 bill. Yeah,
I said, Damon, you can't slide a $1 bill under the man's foot to change a light bulb.
Yeah, come on,
yeah.
Come on, man.
You
gotta get the man. You gotta get the man off the bench that can jump.
But the thing Clint does bring, though, is if we could get a flash of that Eastern Conference Final Clint back, meaning say Clint get 10 shots. If he's shooting 65% off 10 shots and giving me 15 boards, I can take that.
Hey, I can take that all day long.
Agreed.
Last thing I'll say is, with Trae Young, I didn't like. Now I understand he was coming off injury. Maybe I'm just not used to it. I did not like the way he came out kind of passive. Now, he wasn't as aggressive as he used to be. Now, I don't know if it would do. He's just trying to get back into the flow. But we need him to be aggressive. He's our best finisher at the rim. Gets to the free throw line more than anybody on the team.
Yep.
And he's the only one who consistently attacks the basket, whether it's through a pick and roll, lob. No one else on the team does that. And we're going to need that, especially when Vucevic come out the game. That lane will be wide open. Murray,
maybe like Jermichael Green out there or somebody.
Yeah, he's sometimes, but everybody know if we was betting money right now, everybody would put their money on he gonna stop at that free throw line and he gonna pull up for that minute. Right. So I would like to see aggressive Trae Young, but yeah, like Bryce said, the same starting five like him. But like I said, I just want to see what's the first rotations and all the substitutions going to be based off his minutes that he's been running all year, or is it going to go in the flow of the game?
Indeed. Mr. Historian, what you got for us?
Well, for me, as I got to echo in what the fella said, for me tonight, it's all about defense. We're all talking about scoring, but I got to see the defense. Because we ended up seeing Quinn actually coach defense heavy when Trae was down. This is the thing I'm sticking to. If we can keep somebody under 120 points a game, we generally get wins. Period. If we play defense, that bench has to come through tonight because we're limited with the starters. JJ's not playing, so you have a big piece of your scoring is not there.
That's a player that can do it all, and he's missing.
Double O should be getting more experience right now in the playoffs, but he's not going to be here, so that hurts as well. So for me, I'm looking at can these guys that Quinn has on this roster, and a few of these guys that Landry Fields decided to keep around that shouldn't be here. Are you guys going to step up to the challenge? Because right now you're under a microscope right now at this point. Because some of the moves have been questionable, as Damon said earlier. the man that's up behind me right now might not be here, or Trae might not be here. One of those guys might not be here if we lose, if we lose tonight. This might be the last game. So from here on out, it's got to be like, look, man, long as we in here, we're gonna have to play, we're gonna have to pretty much play to the whistle sound every night. No exceptions. No, we can't take off the gas. We cannot surrender a double-digit lead if we get one. That is something else we can't do. If we end up getting hot and jumping out in front of them, we've gotta pretty much, when you have your hand around the throat, go ahead and crush it. That's what you got to do. You cannot give them hope, because, as you said, Kobe White is rightfully so for the most improved player outside of DeRozan. The last thing you want to do is get him going in whether he's driving to the paint or whether he's shooting on the outside. DeRozan's gonna get his, as you said before. DeRozan gonna get it. It's pretty much it's pretty much a donation of whistles to that man every game. He's gonna get whistles donated to him.
Told you what it is.
But as for Kobe White and everyone else, you stop his role players, you pretty much win the game. That's why that defense comes in that's why this defense has to be on point tonight if they're trying to win this ball game. Because it's win or go home, it's do or die. Because now you come into the playoffs with one of the worst records in history. You come into the playoffs with one of the worst records in history, 29-53. Horrible.
Yeah.
Or as Charles Barkley would say, terrible.
Terrible.
As he would say. And now it's like, look, if you get in here, we're not supposed to be here technically, but the play-in allowed us to get in. So hey, it'd be nice to mess up somebody's season, because our damn show's been messed up with injuries and bad decisions on keeping certain players that shouldn't be here still. So I like I said, I expect defense tonight. Quinn's got to coach defense, and he cannot pull a Brian Snicker tonight. Do not take away the hot hand tonight. Please don't do that.
Yeah, I can't stand that. That irks my nerves more than anything. And I even came on DeMond's show and was talking about the same thing that night that DeJounte went for 44. And it's just like, man, he had the hot hand. People complaining about the shot selections and how many shots. Man, first of all, we won the game. Let's start there.
It was only one person who complained about that, man. That was Matt. Yeah, that was Matt.
Well, I mean, hey, at the end of the day, I seen it other places too. I can't just put it all on Matt, but I do know what you're saying. But yeah, it just, at the end of the day, he had the hot hand. The team was giving him the ball, saying shoot. It's kind of like that highlight that you seen when D'Lo was going off and he gave the ball to LeBron and Bron was like, passed it right back to him. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. The man is hot. Stay with the hot hand. I can't stand when we do that. And speaking of hot hands, we're going to have to get those 3-point attempts up, man. The Bulls, they give them up. They give up them attempts over 40 a game. And against the Bulls in these 3 games, we've averaged over 40 attempts a game. It's just about making them. We got to make them. The game that we did win, we had 19 against them that we hit. You know what I'm saying? So we have to have a high percentage because the previous percentages have been extremely low. If I'm not mistaken, let me see. Yeah, 28% on back in December, and back in February, 32% from 3. But in our win, you know, it's on the first April Fool's Day, 47.5%. I'm just saying, like, the 3-point percentage, and the Hawks are there ninth in the NBA in 3-point percentage. We're going to have to get our shots. We're going to have to move the ball, get the extra pass. We're going to have to get open threes. We're going to have to get them open and early and often. And we got to convert on them. I believe
on that 3-point shooting, what you'll notice is the game we won, where we shot 47%. Trae didn't play that game.
Yeah, that's the elephant in the room, my brother.
The game before that, he was 3 for 13 from 3.
Yep.
That's why AO is. That's why people bring up AO. AO gives Trae a hard time.
Him like and Javon Carter.
Bruh, since he's been, I've seen Trae argue with this guy. That's how this dude be harassing Trae. That's why, we're gonna have to run some screen. We're gonna have to get this dude off Trae Young, because let's be honest here. An aggressive Trae Young is the Trae Young we need tonight. We don't, but we also don't need him, because sometimes if you're watching the games, you can see he'll kind of get caught up in that trash talk back and forth, especially with guys like AO. He'll get caught up talking that trash. That's when you'll see him. Usually he'll come down and just fire one of these deep threes, and you'd be like, bro, it's like 18 seconds on the clock. Why are you shooting that? So, we got to make sure we can get that guy off Trae. But if he injured, we might as well go at him. It depends, man. It depends on that guy. But Trae always has. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. I don't know. Maybe Bryce. I can't even know. I don't even know if Trae had a good game going against AO since AO been in the league.
No, he has. Since in the last 7 games, Trae is shooting 35% from the field against Chicago.
And AO played in all those games, didn't he? Yep. Yeah,
that's
so
I was saying it'd be great if he's not there, because Javon Carter, okay, but at the same time, he still averages at least 25 points per game against Javon Carter. And Javon Carter has played with some offensive guys. He's played with Durant, Giannis. He's played on some good teams to his advantage. So don't want to read too much into that against Trae versus Javon. But if AO is not in there, that's big. Even if he is in there, if he's not 100%, that's still big.
Yeah, run through some screens, man. Get Trae coming off some pin downs or something, man. Like if his leg is hurting, make him use that leg. Make him run around on that leg all day. He gonna break down sooner or later. It's like in football, right? What y'all be saying in football? Hey, run the ball.
Yeah.
Because guess what? In the full quarter, hey, same thing about AO, man. Same thing. If his leg hurt, run around the court.
Indeed. Shout out to On the Mark, man. He came through checking us out, said, "What's up, fellas, man?" Shout out to him, content creator, knowledgeable about the Falcons. Good person to really just talk to and listen to all together, man. Shout out to you and your channel, man. That's On the Mark on YouTube. Just check him out, man. Hey, I'm subscribed. You should be too. So just one shout out to the brother, man. Shout out to my other brother, Let's Get It GA, my brother Sean. Said, "What's going on, fellas? We're going we're going home, guys." What? Oh Lord. All right. I personally feel Landry Fields might as well see what you can get for Trae and build around DJ and Jalen Johnson. Hey, I'm just saying.
Don't worry. Hey, don't worry, A1, because here come my boy Kareem, and I'm waiting for Dwayne P. They're gonna tell you the same thing.
Woo.
Oh, they go
Trae
Kareem
Young,
right
lazy. Ain't running nowhere. Oh man, I'm talking about. Hey, it's mixed feelings about Trae Young in Atlanta. I already know.
Hey.
I already know, man. It's mixed feelings about Trae in Atlanta. I'm not saying Trae is perfect. I'm just saying he's our guy right now. I'm definitely for him. I've been for him. I was excited when we made the trade between him and Luka, because I knew we needed an actual point guard at the time. People didn't know exactly what Luka was going to be. I feel like both teams got what they needed at that time. And they're really in the same boat as far as careers. I know the stats and everything may be different in different categories, but as far as achievements, they're really neck and neck, and you already know they're going to be linked. But but speaking about Trae Young, I gotta ask you guys. I got to. Trae Young, man, what does this man got to do? What does this man got to do? Who he got to pay, like, to try to get on any kind of Olympics, man? First, the All-Star snub, and he had to be an injury replacement. We already know that was bull. And now, once again, we read months ago that he was one of the people being considered, one of the players being considered to be on the Olympic team. And then, of course, it came out, and they're keeping one roster spot open. And I believe this should go to Trae Young, man. I know there's other guys out there, but it's just this is past due,
already,
man.
A1. They filled it up already.
Who is it?
Kawhi.
Anthony Edwards.
No, Kawhi. Kawhi got
No,
the last.
Kawhi got that. My bad. It was Kawhi
I
who
could
got
have
it.
sworn this Joker had a knee injury or something he was dealing with. What
Yeah, he
is
does, but he gonna be he coming. They took him.
Man, see, that's that crap right there. Well, even more reason why I want to know, like, what does this man have to do, fellas? Like, I mean,
The only he gotta leave it. He gotta leave Atlanta because apparently I'm just being real. Because if he'd have played in New York or somewhere like that, he would have gotten a spot.
but it seems like he's
Let's
the
keep it real.
problem. So even if he was playing for San Antonio, wouldn't he run into the same problems if he's the problem?
Well, you know what? I'm gonna throw some old school in there because you know nickname historian. I say
Yeah.
this. One of the requirements back in the day for the dream team, if you remember, was winning championships and being a top player in the league. Isaiah
Okay.
Thomas got snubbed. It wasn't just because of him walking off the court not shaking hands with Jordan. It was because he rubbed a lot of people in the media the wrong way as well.
Right.
And let's be real. Zeke had 2 chips at the time.
Mhm.
Finals MVP, had already had been a multiple time All-Star, and he knocked off Bird, Jordan, and Magic during that time, and pissed a lot of people off during that. Trae, think about it. When Trae had his playoff run, and a lot of people were trying to send him home, he pissed off a lot of people in the media during that playoff run. He pissed off a lot. He rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. And Trae, I feel like this. I'm not comparing Trae to Zeke because Trae don't play defense like Zeke. I'll never put him in that category. Sorry. But when you talk about skill-wise, being able to score the basketball, being able to pass, I can say that's one thing that those two have in common. Because Zeke was a killer. Trae is a killer. And they were both small point guards, but you pretty much see. Well, they took Kawhi. Kawhi's got chips. Kawhi also plays defense. That's something else Kawhi does. So you can hang that over his head. I'm just saying, right now he's hurt. I'm with you with that. Like, if the guy's got a knee injury, why are you sitting here trying to put him on the squad if he's gonna be hurt? That's my question. If he's hurt, you got an able-bodied Trae that just came off an injury. He's gonna knock off the rest. That is a guy that can get you buckets, and that guy can actually help distribute the ball to a lot of those stars that's on that team. So I'll never understand that, but maybe because he took on, as Gerald said it, maybe because he took on the villain role and he pissed off a lot of media members and people behind closed doors, the higher powers that may be, might not like what he brings to the table.
He's saying that he did not take up the villain role, and I'm like, I think he
Nah,
kind
he took
of
the
did
villain
embrace
role.
it. Yeah, I'm about to say, I think he did embrace
He
that.
did embrace the villain role, bro.
And that's kind of like the reason why it's not going as well as it should. The thing about it, if we were winning more as a team, if we were winning more, I believe winning shuts a lot of people up, even when they want to talk. So if we won more, I feel like if we won more as a team, it'd be sometimes to where you just can't deny it. You really just can't deny it, even if you want to. Because there's a few times where Trae did get, on the All-Star team because of things he was doing in the season or previous experiences. So
I'll tell you like this, A1, this is my issue. Trae didn't make it because people don't like him. Okay. Why do I say that? I've been talking to myself all day, trying to figure out why would you take Halliburton over Trae Young? Okay.
Right.
I've been going back and forth. Only thing I can think of, what does Halliburton have over Trae? The only two things I can think of, he's taller.
Well, height? I was about to say, yeah, well, height.
He's taller and players like him. Coach, that's all I can think of. Halliburton, bruh, he's had, I'm not even being a hater. He's had one good half of basketball. Let me say it like this. One good elite half of basketball. He ain't been nothing since the All-Star break. I look at Trae Young. I got 6 years of 25 and 10.
Mm-hmm. Consistent
6 years.
Yep.
I don't understand why you look at Halliburton, well, not you, but whoever picked the team, why they look at Halliburton and say, this dude he deserved to be an Olympian. He don't even deserve it over Brunson.
Right. I agree with that.
I'd have been fine with Brunson getting it.
I can deal with. I can deal
with Bronson.
You know
I've been a fan of
Bronson
Bronson.
is hooping. I'm not gonna sit here in front. He's on another level.
Yeah, Bronson
Halliburton
got that
gave
work.
you, and I'm sure you and Bright. I know y'all probably got the numbers, bruh. The dude after the All-Star break, he's tanked.
Yeah, he went down.
At least I could look at Brunson and say, hey, the dude got his team number 2 in the East. He's the best. At least I could say that. But I'm looking at Trae, 25 and 10 for 5 years, and bruh. And I told people, I don't know if y'all remember, was it a year or two ago? They did a little player poll, right? They ranked Trae Young like the 10th best guard in the East.
And that's crazy. I seen that crap and I almost threw my phone.
They had people who was injured the whole year, like Melo ahead. I'm like, he ain't even playing. Bruh, it's an agenda. And I'm going to tell you this is my opinion. Y'all call me crazy. Historian said it. It's because he's an Atlanta Hawk, bruh.
Yep.
You take 25 and 10 and put that in New York for 6 years. You telling me Trae ain't got a whole different media market? It's the whole. Listen,
exactly.
LA.
The funniest thing about Trae, the media and fans, they'll talk so much trash, but every Trae scenario, those fans want him on their team.
In Chicago, he definitely would get that because think about it. You look at all those teams, bro.
These dudes want Trae Young, and I'll be like, y'all keep telling me he's short. Y'all keep telling me he trash, but you want him to be your point guard, bro. It's an agenda out there. And I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna shut up. I don't want Trae to embrace no villain role. Right. If that's not who you are, don't do it because it come off as phony. If you're not a villain type dude, don't take some type of label because the media wants you to do it. Now, if he bought it like that, sure, go ahead and do that. But don't be something you're not because it come off as phony. And you know, I just don't like it. But yeah, I don't have no problem with the Olympic roster. It's just I don't know why Halliburton up there. I have no idea.
I got his numbers for you. You said you wanted his numbers. I got them for you. He went 20. He had 20 point. He's averaging 20.1 points a game, 3 rebounds, 10 assists, and he's 47% in field goals. So he's first in assists, but he's 70th in field goals, and he's 37th in points a game.
You break it down.
Go ahead. I had to bring that up for you.
He did all that before the All-Star break.
Right.
Go to Stat Muse, put in Halliburton numbers after the All-Star break.
Sure, you can just probably put in like the last 10, 15 games.
Come talk to me. Like I have no idea. Pull up his whole career. Trae is a 25 and 10 guy for 5 years in the NBA. That's crazy to me. That's crazy that they took Halliburton. He's had one good elite half of bad. He has 0 playoff wins. Until this season. 0 playoff appearances.
That's crazy.
They like you said, man. They like him, man. And then of course, he started out in Sacramento. Okay, for his career.
Am I crazy, Bryce? Am I crazy?
But his career, 39% from the 3, 47.8%. But let me see.
I'm with Smitty on that. Maxey should have got the spot before Halliburton got it.
Yeah,
put anybody in there.
All those numbers y'all reading, that's before the All-Star break, bro. He ain't been nothing. That's why I say he has one elite half of basketball. That's it. After the All-Star break, I think his numbers is like somewhere like around 15, 8. He was at one point shoot like 30-some%. He been horrible.
I got you.
Shout out to homeboy Hawks Agenda on Twitter because he been on Halliburton. Hey, every time I get on Twitter,
been on his helmet, right?
Huh?
I said been on his helmet, right?
Yeah, and I'm like that's. And then here's my last thing. I'm gonna shut up for real. I hate it, and it could just be me because I'm a diehard. Grant Hill running around giving out Trae Young jersey number, and he part of ownership of the Hawks. Why one of our owners, man? I'm being petty right now. I'm being petty. I know. But come on. You are ownership of the Hawks and you giving out Trae number to MB. You should be up there fighting to get Trae up there. And I put in there, I said, I wonder what Grant Hill told Trae when they picked Halliburton over. I would be asking that type of question, bro.
No, seriously. I want to know, like, what is it about this guy over me and my consistency? And I got those numbers for you too, Damon. Last 20 games for Tyrese Halliburton. 18-5, 9 assists, 4.3 rebounds in his last 20 games. But that field goal percentage, though, it has definitely took a drop.
Yeah,
I pulled up his career numbers for you, Chris, because he said he wanted to see those or whatnot.
Okay.
So I put it. It's on the bottom of the screen or whatnot, so you should be able to see it.
That Olympic stuff, that's crazy, man. That's crazy, bro. That is crazy.
Yeah, this is pretty much his career. It's pretty much his career right here. When you actually look at it, last 5 games, like you said, he's got less than 20 points out of that, and less than his assist total that he's been making his whole career. So it's not been good.
Percentage. Look at that 3-point percentage too. That's taking a dip.
Yeah, it took a major.
And he won't he on the team that lost in the FIBA World Cup?
Yep.
And everybody was like, everybody was like, they need a point guard. But you go back and get the same dude, man. The only reason I'm gonna watch that crap is because I know Halliburton ain't gonna really get no minutes, right? Because LeBron and them gonna really be the guards.
Yeah, KD and all them.
But,
yeah,
bro,
it's gonna be get the stars. It's gonna
come
be the stars.
Man. Like the just a blatant disrespect. But I always tell people, if his jersey didn't have this on the front, bro, if it didn't have Atlanta on the front, bro, he'd be on every ad everywhere.
Right.
That's just
crazy, but it's true.
That's just me.
Led points and assists. This man on breaking records. He on broke the 3-point record for Mookie Blaylock. Assist records. He's getting close to doing everything just about, except for rebounds, of course. But he's doing just about everything for Atlanta and going to break so many records for franchise records for Atlanta. And it's just overlook after overlook after overlook. It's just absolutely
he hasn't been a media darling, and then like I said, pretty much ever. I mean, Tyrese Halliburton was a media darling this year. They love the fact
everybody loved Tyrese Halliburton.
They just remember greatest point guard ever, and then it's like this man's never made the postseason. This man was watching the games like us last year, and yet he gets credit for that. And I'm not saying he's a bad player or anything like that. I just feel like we just
have a more consistent player over here. I'm sorry,
exactly, and so he gets that credit that Trae has to work twice as hard to get. Like you said, because he is in Atlanta. Because the media doesn't necessarily respect Atlanta. I mean, we've seen, I don't know, y'all guys probably seen the ESPN panel. Everybody guys lose with the Bulls tonight. I mean, that's what we face being Atlanta Hawks. Is this no one's gonna believe till it happens. No one's gonna think something's gonna happen till it happens. That's why that's why everybody's pushing the Trae Young trade narrative. Because I've always said, because I remember Trae earlier this year talked about just him being in Atlanta, why he likes playing in Atlanta, things like that. And I said, like I said, they have similar stories. I mean, Atlanta's not really respected from a basketball perspective. And, people just sleep on the city and things of that nature. Trae Young, even with all the stats he had, even coming out of Oklahoma, he was still doubted. People were like, are we sure he's going to be good? He's small, And he's overcame. He's had 25 and 10. I think he had almost a 30 and 10 season his second or third year in the league. And people don't talk about that. He was doing that, And, he had the playoff run, where he was the lead guy for that. And, he's the guy who we have seen clutch performances, game-winning shots. We've seen him against the best teams. Remember the 4 games against Boston last year, games 3 through 6. That man was one of the best fourth quarter players in the entire playoffs. And that stuff for people it just goes over their head. Like you say, they'll be like, oh, well, he can't play defense. Well, he can't do this, so he can't ever be a winner. But then at the same time, when they're in trade talks, oh man, we get Trae Young. We're going to the top, man. He's gonna set us over the top. So
Bryce, I'm gonna give you one because you just pointed out something that just made me think about it. Giannis doesn't get a ring if Trae doesn't hurt his ankle from that ref.
I'm telling you,
let me go ahead and throw it out here because let's be real. Trae owned New York in that first series. In
course.
the playoff run that we had, his first one. He
New York
owned
is
them.
still mad about that. Randomly,
No,
this F
they
Trae
said,
Young
now
chance. Random.
think about this. Most ballers, they go up into the Dykeman. If you ever been in New York and you know about the Dykeman over in Brooklyn, that's a rough area, and they let hoopers come over there, but you got to be about your game. They've already said he come up in there, it's bad things that happen. That's why he'll never go up in there. But and I mean, you've never heard a city hate on a guy like that. Like seriously hate on a dude like that. But let's get back to it. Trae literally owned the moment in that Milwaukee series. He owned it because when everybody else was trying to figure it out, Bogey was starting to get into a rhythm. You know, Clint was actually scoring points. But then when Trae took over, you look how far we pushed the world champions to the edge. Giannis, you know, and at that time, Trae doesn't hurt his ankle because Trae was rolling in that game right before he hurt his ankle.
Had a lead and everything.
Yeah.
And the crazy part about it was I keep telling people, he doesn't get hurt. We already know what happens. We send Milwaukee home.
When we won game
Period.
1, bro, on the road, you couldn't tell me.
Trae
shit.
came in there and did his thing.
When you see that shimmy before he goes ahead and throw it up, it's a done deal.
I was talking cash trash, bro.
When you get Reggie Miller talking about you saying, "Oh no, he didn't," he literally shimmied before he shot. I mean, just think about it though. We add DJ. You know, we've had Lemon Pepper Lou Williams, who definitely was one of the biggest helps when we got him during that playoff run as well, because he took over in that game 6 in Philly when we were down 21. But all I'm saying is Trae literally has carried the Hawks. Now, as much grief as we give him, we got to give him flowers for being able to carry this organization as well when nobody else would.
Indeed, and he embraced it. He said in his interview, it was a match made in heaven. We haven't won anything. He's the small guy, the underdog. Nobody believes in him. They said Dante DiVincenzo would have a better career than Trae Young.
And we see how that is.
That going. How's that going right now? So it's just it's crazy. This man has been slept on for years, and he's not perfect. He does need to improve in different areas and better decision making, even more leadership. I'm not saying that the man doesn't need to improve, but you can't imagine if we didn't have it. Imagine if our point guard was I don't know, somebody just trash, somebody that we just does not facilitate the ball as often and as efficient as Trae, and somebody who couldn't put up points as well. Like if we didn't have Trae, a lot of
the AC law,
huh?
Another AC law.
Oh, so you feel me? You want to go back to your AC law days?
No,
is that what you want? Because I don't want that.
Or Josh Childress,
Speedy Claxton. I'm good. Okay.
Speedy Claxton probably played. I don't think he played 30 games,
bro.
And we gave him a boatload of money at the time. I don't think he did 30 games. But shout out Speedy Claxton, because when I first got on Instagram, when it first popped up, he gave me a shout out, so I ain't hating on the man.
Hey man, shout out to Speedy, man. You know, I mean, he played for the Hawks, so still shout out to him. I'm just don't want to go back.
He played a couple games for the Hawks. That's about it.
Yeah. I ain't trying to go back to the Flip Murray days.
Oh,
none of that.
Murray,
Childress, none of that.
Don't, man. Look, those is dark days for us, man. Don't even remind us.
I'm just letting you know I don't been through it.
Man, but here's the thing though, man. Most of us have been through dark times. You know, we like me. I'm an 80s baby, so you know I caught Neek at the end of his tail when we got rid of him for Danny Manning. That still is a sore spot for me. You know, I watched the Hawks, you know, in 97, 98, couldn't get through the Bulls, but had a very good season. But we already know nobody was beating those Jordan-led Bulls at that time. We know that. And then going through that period after that to just being mediocre, and then we get to the playoffs with Teague and those boys, and we lose to the Celtics. You know what I'm saying? That was painful to watch. So when you look at it, a lot of us Hawks fans, and there's some lifelong Hawks fans that have gone through much more than we have. You know, my grandfather been a Hawks fan since they came to the city. You know, he still to this day is sick about how they got rid of Dr. J, and they had him and Pistol Pete would have been on the same floor. My granddaddy still is hot about that to this day.
He probably upset we drafted Bill Russell too.
And got they went, but here's the thing.
Man, listen.
They was in St. Louis at that time, and at that time they were not letting black players play for the Hawks at that time. That was the reason why they traded him over to Boston.
But I'll tell y'all this,
one of their players.
I'll tell y'all this. A lot of our younger fans, what they did miss, they missed because we used to be a powerhouse
with Neat,
with Dominique, Trae Rollins, Moses Malone. We was a powerhouse.
Like with Mike Fratello was the coach, wasn't
it? Yeah, with Mike Fratello was the illustrator. Mike Fratello, we was a powerhouse. So like for me, I think about those times, while we were winning 13 games. I think about those times when you wasting these picks on Williams and the landlord and all these dudes who don't pan out. Josh Childress taking his butt to Greece to get paid. But and that's why I be like on Twitter. That's why I don't be listening when people tell me I need to have patience. Like I don't have no patience. That's why I tell people
all out of that, man.
Y'all know we could have had. Wait a minute, who we could have had leading us as a head coach, but he ended up going to Orlando. He was on the staff with Mike Fratello. That was Brian Hill, who coached for the Orlando Magic. A lot of people forget he went to the finals with the Magic. A young team took those guys. I believe he could have got us to the finals with the squads that we had here in Atlanta.
Hey, but they had Shaq though.
True. You had a young Shaq and you had Penny at that time too.
Nick Anderson, Dennis Scott.
D3. Yep.
Like man, I'm saying they had some people down there though now.
But their picks, but think about it though. They actually had a smart, you got to remember, the general manager at that time, Pat Smith, was the GM up here in Philly when they won in 83 when they got Moses Malone. So this man was in an organization where he understood how to build a team. And that was why they were able to build. We have people that's in our front office that don't understand basketball. Let's just be real on that, man. We had a guy that was running it and helped us get to the playoffs, but they don't spend money. End up giving the job to Landry Fields.
And they don't spend money.
Thank you.
Nah, we ain't spending no cash.
Man, them jokers squeeze. Hey, the only way that they keep ketchup in the ketchup bottles, they take ketchup packets and they squeeze them in there and whatnot.
Since the year 2000, that's how cheap they are. Since the year 2000, can y'all name me any time? Name me one time. This for the chat too. Name me one time when the season started you thought we was a championship contender. Since 2000.
Since 2000. The close. Oh, you said the start of the season. Y'all,
the start of the season, you was like, we're a championship contender.
All right. The verbiage. The verbiage. At the start of the season, probably would be the year we had 60 games. That would be the closest I could get to it. And even then, I had
what you got, Bryce?
I mean, I guess, the 60 game year, I guess. I mean, unless we want to talk about the middle of the 10 straight years of playoffs with Joe Johnson and them, maybe the middle of them years when they were like, yeah, we're trying to get home, trying to get 4th seed. And it's like at some point we'll break through, right? And that never happened. So,
all right, I mean, fellas.
And the reason I asked y'all that is this. The reason I asked y'all that is this. That goes to show you that in 24 years, the best we could come up with, and even in the chat, is 1 year that you thought we had a roster that could compete for a championship. Now you see when I tell people I'm impatient.
That's right.
Now you see when I tell, look at us now. The Orlando Magic, they just had the number one Paolo 2 years ago. They was picking number one. Then what's their seed now? 3rd, 4th, 5th? Well, they better than us, right?
Right.
And that's why I be so frustrated. That's why I get so angry and mad that we don't win, because it's been a lot. Our younger fans don't understand. I know Larry does, because me and Larry around the same age. Yeah. And I just started in 2000, right? 24 years, and we all come up with, even in the chat, one year. And guess what? Like Bryce and like A1, y'all had to think real hard about that one.
No, for real.
Mhm.
Really had to really just go through it because there's a lot of dark days,
Now
man.
you see why I be impatient.
And Larry, you just in time, brother. You just in time because now we got this starting five, and I want to know before we get up out of here, man, you guys X factors, man. The one player for the Atlanta Hawks or Chicago Bulls that we need to stop, or for Atlanta Hawks that needs to step up tonight and really have a great game to help get us to the win. I ain't gonna say lead us, but help get us to the win.
What's going on, guys? Appreciate you letting me come in
Yeah,
on
man.
tail end. Good content as always, guys. Before we move forward, everybody on everybody's platform, please smash that like button, bro.
Oh,
For real,
please,
for real.
indeed.
Please smash the like button, man. It helps us get in the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? It helps us get those. Basically say, hey, these guys doing a good job.
Yeah.
Why don't we, direct more people to them? So please, and make sure you're subbed out to each one of these guys' content, man. Great content all the way around. All right. X Factor. Well, the X Factor is out. So that's why I call JJ.
Yeah.
So another X Factor on this team will have to be Coach Quinn. Because ultimately, his play calling, his substitutions, his, calling timeouts when he needed is ultimately gonna be what I think will decide this game. Because the player's gonna play. But can we outcoach somebody for once? Can I get that? Is that too much to ask? Can we get in a playoff / play in / extra game, whatever you want to call it, the Hawks Invitational? Can we get in the Hawks Invitational and outcoach someone? Can we have the decided factor on the sideline? That's my X factor. That's how we're gonna win.
I like that.
Because we're still hurt. We don't have a Yucca Congo. We don't have the real X factor in JJ.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? We got Trae coming back, maybe 75%. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We don't have Vic, who was a good key. Don't get me started on that. Yeah.
I know.
No,
Ryan,
yeah,
I know
I was on there earlier, Larry, so I understand what you mean, bro.
Ryan, what you got, man?
Coach's
As far as
X-Factor.
X factor.
I told you what my X factor is. I got to see that bench come through.
All right.
That's what my X factor is, because as we said before, if we can hold them to under 120, I think we got a shot. Because again, we already know that Trae, DeJounte, and those boys are gonna be doing their thing. But my thing is Quinn's got to figure out how to get his bench involved and how to get those guys not just defensively, but also able to give some good minutes and give some points off the bench. Because if we can at least if we can at least get 25 to 30 off the bench, I believe that's going to help out that starting five right off the bat. Maybe we can get more, but I'm not going to sit there and hold my breath. That's the reason I say 25 to 30, because at the end of the day, we don't have dudes that's going to score like that. That's why I said defense has got to be key, and Quinn's got to be able to manage that and put us in a position to win. That's all I got.
Facts. DeMar?
My X factor is more team based. So one is the team defense. Trae came back. We didn't give up a lot of points. Obviously, the Pacer game, they weren't really trying to win that. But team defense, meaning let's not allow a random to have a career night tonight. Let's not do that, please. Okay. Let's not have Javon Carter come off the bench and scorch it for 25. Okay. We've seen that a lot this year. And on the offensive side, we got to be good. We got to shoot 30, probably 36, 40% from three tonight. Quinn wants us to launch him. So we have to hit these threes. Once again, go back to what you said, A1. The game we won, we shot. Now we don't. I mean, our chances of shooting 47% from three again is slim. Can we shoot 40? Can we shoot 38? That's doable. And that's my X factor on the offensive end.
Bryce, what you got for us?
X factor night for me, man, is a guy who I have absolutely no idea how much he's gonna play. I think he's gonna play. I think the X factor tonight is Mo Gay to me.
Oh,
the reason why,
that's my guy.
The
Yeah, I
reason
like
why
Mo G, man.
is because of what he can do. Like you say, 6'10", he has long arms. He can defend multiple positions. A guy who, if they needed, if something happened to Clean and Bruno, he could play backup center if he needed to. Somebody who could play 4 and could even play 3 and could help with DeMar DeRozan, could help with rebounding. A guy who can stretch the floor. We've seen him be able to hit the 3. We know what he can do in the fast break. And I think that's one reason why, I think, realistically, you would want a guy like Trae with someone like that because of his passing ability can help maximize a player like that. So I think, depending on how much he plays, because he could, especially if Hunter gets to the foul trouble, Mo could play a good amount of minutes tonight. And even though he's raw, he's going to make some mistakes because he's learning. It's like Jalen was last year at this time. Playing in the playoffs, playing, just didn't have the experience. You saw him make mistakes, but you also saw the flashes. And I think that's where Mo Gay is right now, where he can make an impact on the game, get some stops defensively, help on the boards with Clint Capella. Like I said, they can win that rebounding battle. That'll be big for them. Also, like I said, help with DeMar. So it's not just a strict DeAndre Hunter or Wesley Matthews situation. It can be something that it just can help the entire team and the whole rotation. Because listen, he's a guy who will be a part of this future, it looks like. We'll see what, everybody has different ideas of what his ceiling could be, but he'll be part of this future. He is the prototypical wing in today's NBA who can play most positions, shoot 3, tall, everything under the sun. So I think if Mo Gay gets a good amount of time tonight, I think if he really has like strong minutes, I think that could be definitely a deciding factor in this game for the Hawks.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
I like it.
Can I add something to what Bryce said?
What's that?
Y'all remember last year, the reason Jalen didn't get all those minutes in the playoff because he couldn't shoot. Remember, Boston was sagging off of him and daring him to shoot. And the thing that Bryce brought up, the only different, well, it ain't only, but it's a big difference. Like Bryce said, Mo Gay can shoot the 3 right now.
He can.
Hey, Bryce might be on the money right there. He may be
on to something. I like it.
Because see, Jalen couldn't shoot that 3 last year.
He could not.
He couldn't shoot it last year. Boston played off of him, and that's why you see, I think the most minutes he played in that playoff series, I think one game he played 12 minutes. The rest of them was like 10, 8, and 8 because Boston was daring the ball.
Yeah, daring them to shoot.
I got one question for the panel because I know we all gonna either flock. We gonna watch Larry's commentary tonight and also check in some of DeMond's commentary tonight. 2 of the best in the game, by the way. Y'all make sure y'all hit those like and subscribe for those guys. But and this is just for us, just for shits and giggles. You already know, even if we win this game, Matt gonna find something to say tonight. Even if we win this game. Oh no! I gotta throw that out there because everybody's looking to it. That's the Black Skip Bayless right there. Shout out to Matt, man. Black Skip Bayless. Like I said, if they win tonight, I'm just waiting to hear what the commentary is. Now we know, if we lose this game tonight, we know he getting ready to get on a roll and bury this whole team, but mainly the man behind me. Even if he dropped 40, he gonna find a reason to bury him.
Shoot, hey.
So I'm just waiting to see what he got to say tonight. That's what I'm interested in hearing tonight.
We're gonna see. My quick X factor though, man. I'm going with a guy that I've been going with ever since really had Trae went down and injuries started happening. And that's DeAndre Hunter. DeAndre Hunter, I need you in the worst way on both ends of the floor tonight. I need your mind more than really probably anything too. I need your basketball IQ. I need you to stay out of foul trouble. I know DeRozan going to get his. I know you're going to be on him. Do the best that you can to stay on that floor. And maybe on the defensive end, we should try to get DeRozan and possibly Kobe White into more foul trouble pretty early. Get some switches, maybe put them in the post. Get them going against Capella, something they don't want to do, regardless because he's a big man. Get them into foul trouble. Don't let them get us into foul trouble. DeAndre Hunter, I need your offense. You've been averaging more than 12 points per game. It's been between 15 and 18, and that's cool. I'm gonna need at least 18 points from you tonight. You don't have to have a career high in rebounds, but a solid 6 or 7 rebounds from you would be great. I need DeAndre Hunter, man, on both ends of the floor. We already know Trae. We already know Bogey. We already know also Murray. But DeAndre Hunter on both ends of the floor, I'm gonna need you tonight. and that's my X factor.
I got a question for the panel.
What's
So
that?
obviously we got the first playing game going on right now, Sixers and Heat. So I guess my question is, do any of y'all have a preference on who you'd want to face if the Hawks get through Chicago tonight? I made mention earlier that from a travel perspective, you probably want Philly because it's going to be tough going to Chicago to Miami. Then you beat Miami back to Boston. And then obviously, but at the same time, the Sixers are playing the best basketball right now. I think they came into the playoffs like seven in a row, 8 in a row. The team's built to be good with Embiid. They were a top 3 seed with Embiid. Embiid was hurt. They dropped. Now he's back and they're winning. So clearly, if they go against the Sixers, you're not going against the Sixers that was bad. You're going against the Sixers that was good. So who do you guys prefer to face in the next playing game if the Hawks get through tonight?
Miami.
Ryan, who you got?
It don't matter. You got to bring ass. Hold on. You got to bring ass to get ass. So whoever's in front, that's who I want to see.
Hey, you
I don't
the
give a
chat?
damn.
It
I'm
said
not
Butler
running
went
nobody.
down.
Ooh, what?
But here's the thing, though. Regardless, all I'm gonna say is this: regardless of whoever plays or what we play, it don't matter. Because guess what? We got to bring it regardless. So whoever's in front of us, that's who I want.
Right.
Yeah.
What you think,
Gotta
Larry?
be Road Warriors, baby.
I think it'll be a foolish game how we played all season to look ahead of any game except for the one that's at 9:30. 9:30, not 9:30. I really don't have a preference, to be honest, because people screaming in the chat, Jimmy Butler down. But we lost to them 3 times without Jimmy Butler. So, I mean, I've done all the games. So,
Yeah,
I
we
mean, you know
have.
what I'm saying? I've seen it happen.
That's
You know what I'm
not
saying?
a
That's
guaranteed
commentary
win.
game.
Exactly.
Right.
So it ain't even a guarantee
Culture
win.
is different.
So right now, man, I'm not even worried about anyone except for the Chicago Bulls right now.
Thank you.
They
Right.
beat us when we needed to beat them. You know what I'm saying? And then we beat them when JJ was there. Now again, the X factor has to be Coach Quinn. If Coach
Right.
Quinn is predictable with his sets, with his substitutions, you know what I'm saying, with everything, then there's a high probability that we're going to have the 10th pick in the draft.
Yeah, my preference is, of course, anybody. It don't matter, man. It really don't, because regardless, we're on the road. It don't matter who we play. We're still going to be at a disadvantage. It's still going to be people trying to come after Trae Young, fans screaming at the Hawks. The Hawks going to be in hostile territory. Honestly, they win this game, they go into another hostile territory, whether it's Philly or Miami. It don't even matter. It's still going to be hostile. Then
Miami ain't as hostile as Philly, though. I tell
no,
you that.
it's not. It's not.
No, it's
Miami
not.
fans
But
don't
it's
show up
still
to
a
the games
hostile
about 30
environment.
minutes afterwards.
Yeah, it's still gonna be a hostile environment for the Hawks.
Yeah,
Then
for the
let's say
Hawks.
we get past both of those games, you're still on the road because you got to go 2 games to Boston.
The
So
next
it's gonna
day,
be a
too.
long time
1 p.m. game.
before Atlanta would even
Great.
get back to Atlanta. Even, you know what I'm saying? So
Well,
regardless
I mean,
of who it is, I'm
if
just
I'm
ready.
Coach Quinn, I told them to pack for 5 days. I told them to pack for a week. I would have told them, that would have been my message for the team.
Yeah,
When
pack
I
for a
left,
week.
when I went on the road trip and I played Indiana, you know what I'm saying? When I played those 2 road games, I would have told them, pack for a week, bro. We ain't coming back home. Tell your wife, tell your
Give them
child,
the
everybody
confidence.
kiss them on the forehead. We'll see y'all in a week. We'll see y'all in a week and a half when we come back to Atlanta in game 3.
And I would have
That
had
would have been my mindset.
And I would have had all them ESPN polls listed up, all them
Exactly.
so-called analysts.
Oh yeah,
Exactly.
all that. You use whatever you possibly can for right now.
On
You need to
NBA
move it
Today,
forward.
they didn't even talk about the Chicago Atlanta series.
That's
See
fine.
there?
That's fine. Don't let them
No, I
talk.
mean they did not talk about it. Like literally. The only time they talked about it was like, yeah, I understand it's not coming on ESPN. Oh, yes, it is. It is coming on ESPN, which make it worse, doubly worse that they didn't even talk about it. But again, it is what it is, man. Let's go ahead. Let's go in there, handle business, win this game, win whoever we play against, upset the apple cart, and then let's have, because I promise you, man, if we play like we played against the Boston Celtics, against any team, we got a chance to beat anybody. You know what I'm saying? Can we
Right.
duplicate that though? Can you put it in the bottle? Can the coach get that out of everyone? You know what I'm saying? Those are the questions. One of the players that helped defensively is not even on the roster.
Right.
Schematically, we can't even do what we did then because Vic Kreitzer is not there. I know, he's just a G leaguer. He's just man, whatever, man.
People
He's
can say what
tall
they want. That
and
man
he
been
plays solid
hustling.
defense.
I
Yeah,
don't
so
care.
I mean,
Long as he come in and do his job tonight, I don't care.
no,
Long
he's
as we
not
get
playing.
this dub, that's all that matters.
Yeah, that's what I'm
He ain't
saying.
playing. He ain't
We
on the
don't have
team.
him.
He's
No,
not on the
not
team,
not
right?
Vid. I'm talking. No, I'm sorry. I
Oh,
was
you
thinking
talking
about
about
Bruno.
Trent
I'm
Forrest?
thinking about Bruno. My bad.
Oh well,
And
yeah.
and here's the thing.
Okay,
You
yeah,
got
Bruno,
here's
yeah.
the thing. And then you got Trent Forrest. Here's my thing. Trent, this is my message to you, and I got to step out of here or whatnot because I gotta get some stuff prepped for tomorrow's show.
Yeah,
as y'all
same
know.
here.
Yes, sir. Trent, we all know that you are ass cheeks, bro. Pretty much, you get slapped. You get slapped around more than cheeks in an X-rated film, dog. It's just real.
Lord have mercy.
But I'm gonna tell you just like this. This is your time to shut me and everybody else up that's been talking bad about you because you're on a stage now where it's a one and done. When you get in this game, let's see if you're gonna score. Let's see if you're gonna play defense because right now you are the weakest link. And I'm just gonna keep it a buck with you. You are the weakest link because Vic Kreitzer should have been in this lineup instead of you. But because you're a Landry Fields guy, whatnot, you got the favoritism and you got the nod. You got the nepotism, as we would say.
Yeah,
So
nepotism. Mm-hmm.
So I'm at this point. I'm on your throat tonight, dog. If you don't show up, I'm on your throat, just like I'm on Matt's throat every time on We Hawks TV. And I'm telling you
I
right
don't know if
now,
he's gonna
I'm going
play
for the
much,
jugular.
Brian. I
What?
don't think he's gonna play much.
I mean, but if he does,
I
I'm
think
saying
that
we
we're
don't
gonna
know.
shorten our lineup.
Larry, we don't know. That's the whole
Quinn.
problem. We don't
Quinn
know.
tendencies, Ryan. What have we seen? Once
I
people are
mean,
healthy,
I
people that
get it.
he's normal, comfortable with doing, he's gonna put them there. DeAndre Hunter was playing better off the bench. What does he do? Now I know it's out of necessity, but he still inserts him to the starting lineup. Now, instead of being the fourth option, he's gonna be the third option now in the starting lineup. But again, we're gonna see, guys. Like I said, man, Coach Quinn is gonna be the MVP or whatever.
He gonna be the butt of the joke, one or two.
Well, he already the butt. We just waiting for the joke to come out if he play bad tonight. I've already said
give him a chance.
We got that's
bro.
what
We done gave you know how many chances we done gave this joker tonight. Is like put up and shut up. This is
that's what I was about to get to. Tonight is about put it up or shut up.
Yeah, you've had many games to try to figure it out. Yes, sir. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off, Chris.
No, I'm just saying it just win and it's over. Win or it's over. Straight
Let
up.
me get my butt up out of here because I got to get the stuff situated for the tomorrow show, man. Y'all check us out. The Birdcage LLC. We're gonna talk a little Falcons football tomorrow, but we also not only are gonna talk Falcons football. We have an Alcorn State legend, HBCU, by the way, because we support HBCUs up in this camp. His name is Arnold Walker, local kid out of McNair High School. If you know about him, he was a hell of a running back in the city. Did his thing. He's the number 6 ranked player out of 150 players that have come out of Alcorn State. And that's including with Steve McNair, the legend, God rest his soul. So if you ranked in the top 10, you got to be special with all them legends that come up out of that school to go to the league. So we got him coming on. He's going to talk about his experiences playing over in Germany and also having a tryout for the Falcons and whatnot. So y'all come check us out tomorrow. Thanks for having me on, fellas. And Damon, I'm looking for your show afterwards. And Larry, I will be tuning in, man. I'm turning the TV off. I'm listening to the Dixon Way commentary and checking in the Weehawks TV commentary as well. I love y'all boys, man. Peace.
Appreciate you.
Peace.
Yes, sir.
Guys, let everybody know where they can find you before we slide on up out of here. Larry, you can go ahead and start with it.
Okay, man. Appreciate y'all letting me be in your platform again. Guys, if you have not hit that like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell. What are you doing? This is some great content. I support your local content creators. You're putting in great work to give you guys great content. Hopefully you guys appreciate it and show your appreciation by hitting that like and that sub button. you know, my name's Larry, one half of the Dixon Way. My beautiful wife Shonda is the other half, man. We bring you unadulterated fire commentary to get upon this mic right here.
Mhm.
And we do the Braves, the Hawks, the Falcons, the Bulldogs, even my white Gators. We appreciate everyone that be a part of the Dixon Way. We're trying to grow this thing one follower and one sub at a time, man. So if you guys like good, you know, online commentary, come check us out. Check out my man Damon right there in the Peachtree hat right there. And
Mhm.
yeah, he covers all the Hawks. I cover, you know, dang on near all the Atlanta sports. So that's a beautiful Shonda right there, just waking up. But
Game time.
yeah, yeah, we're about to get ready. We'll be starting live. So if you guys want to, you know, look at one of us on your laptop, then the other on the phone, do that. You feel me?
All right, there you
But yeah,
go.
man, thank you guys for having me on. And let's go Hawks.
Let's go Hawks.
buddy.
Sure.
Come on, let them know what's happening.
Hey, what's good, family? Hey, same thing like Larry said. First of all, thank you for having me on the platform.
No problem.
I know I can get a little long-winded to be running my mouth.
Hey, man, it's all good talk.
Salute to and it's like Larry said, and y'all know my motto, man. Support content creators who are actually fans of the team.
Facts.
Not like cats from like 92.9 The Game. Okay, they don't care about the Hawks. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Okay. Y'all know where we at, man. We Talk Hawks TV. Watch along. Bam, we gonna be there tonight, turned up. Post-game live show. Hey, listen. Come tap into the post-game live show, man. If you're brave enough, come on the panel. You know, hey, it's for the fans by the fans. The barbershop part of it is unmoderated. So listen, if you're a low talker, you might not want to come to that part. You might want to come to the beginning.
Faint of heart.
When you get your, I give people 2 minutes. You come up there and spit your facts about the game, and then you can jet. You feel me? And like Larry said, you know, I do Hawks content. Salute to my guy Larry. We've been going back and forth all year, man. Larry better than me because he covered everything Atlanta, everything Georgia. I can't do it, bro. I'm rock. Shit, this season got me stressed out already. So
Man,
I can't imagine doing Braves, but Larry and his wife be holding it down. Tap in with my guy Bryce up there. I don't know Bryce on YouTube, but I know Bryce got a podcast, so y'all make sure y'all tapped into him up there. I think Bryce is an actual real journalist too, huh?
Yeah, man.
Journalist.
Man, yeah, man.
Real journalist. Hey, he official. I'm surprised. What the press credentials at, Bryce?
Yeah, I'm surprised Bryce up on her with us, man.
Bryce,
So
a
we
humble
just-
guy. He don't like to throw it out.
he might have to put a disclaimer
Very
on it.
modest
Like,
guy.
I'm just another guy trying to make it out here, man.
Bryce gonna be like, disclaimer: these dudes do not represent me or my company. This is
Alex Pereira.
This is separate. This is a separate entity. Anything that is said has not reflect my company's views.
Hey, I'll be scared to invite Bryce and them on the show, man, because I'll be like, bro, I don't want to. Hey, you come up there and they say, hey, we seen you on We Talk Hawks. That's how you feel? That's how you feel? Hey, we're gonna have to replace you. But no, on serious note. Come tap in, watch along tonight. We'll be turned up. Post-game live show. Tap in with us. If you can't get in with me, get in with Larry. Salute to A1 getting it in. Hit them like buttons. Let's get the subscriber. Hey, we always complain. No one support Atlanta sports. The media don't support Atlanta sports. You got content creators right here who fans of the team support us. So that way we are the voice of the fans and not cats who not even fans of the team that they covering. You feel me?
Right.
So salute to you, A1. Thanks for having me on, my guy. I appreciate you,
man. Thank you for coming on, man. Bryce, let them know where they can find you as well, real quickly.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all letting me come on, having this platform, talking to you guys, meeting some of you for the first time. And nice meeting you, man, for sure. Yeah, so follow me all my socials, Bryce_2K, BRICY_2K. That's my YouTube, Twitter, for all my Hawks and Falcons takes. I do some Falcons coverage as well. And then like I'll sprinkle in some random videos of some other sports. I do watch a lot of other things. It's just like you said, it's a lot covering a lot of sports. So shout out to Larry for sure. It's not
Larry, the pro veteran.
not easy. But yeah, definitely follow me on there, man. Like I said, we'll probably get a pod up after the game. That's my expectation tonight. Just obviously that we're talking about, and it's easier we're talking about next game. So hopefully it's the latter. And then obviously, you know, with the draft coming up next week for the NFL, hoping to get some stuff out for that, and then afterwards as well. So very kind of a busy surge coming right now, especially if the Hawks continue to go further and going on and so forth. But like I said, really appreciate you guys letting me come up here, man, talk to y'all about Atlanta Hawks. And like I said, support content creators, man, because, you know, we all in this trying to give y'all some of the best content that we feel like our national media and our local media does not give. So, you know, if we can provide that to you, then I feel like we're doing our job. And, you know, just like I said, just good conversations, man. Just good discussion, good talk.
Yeah, man. That's what it's all about. I want to like to thank every last gentleman that graced the platform today and just giving us just insight and their thoughts about the Atlanta Hawks, our Atlanta Hawks, who are taking on the Chicago Bulls. And this has been the pregame, the preview of what's going to happen later on tonight, 9:30. Be there, ESPN, Atlanta Hawks. Rep your city, rep your town. Be generational, because it's always time to be. Don't you settle for less, because you can always have more with the vision. And man, support these Atlanta Hawks, support the content creators. Make sure you subscribe to everybody. Make sure you liking and helping us all get out there in the algorithm so people can see exactly what's going on and see that it's Atlanta fans that have real opinions and really care about this team, man. Dang. So for myself, for Bryce, Damon, and Larry, hey, man, and for my boy Ryan, as he say, you either get with it or you get left, and we out.
A1. Yeah, truly cooler and